That's fine. I understand how it is. Do you have any problems? Any questions from the homework, Bryce? And let me know when you finish, Sally. You still working, Sally? Sweet. Let's take a gander. So, let's see. 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2, so we'll get a 2 by 2. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. Negative 3 plus 12 is 9. 12 and 24. Is that what you got? Nice. See, it's not too bad. Just takes practice. So on the quiz for this week, I'm probably just gonna have so the quiz that I will give you at the end of this week, I'll probably just have one of these, and then along with the other subject matter that we're going over this week. So as we go towards the end of the week, if you need any help with these, let me know. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's talk about polynomial division. And so I'm just going to write an example first. Let's see. This is what we're talking about. It looks kind of scary, but it's not too bad. We're going to learn how to deal with this. But first of all, I want to mention, what do I want to say? This is just like a number divided by a number. I mean, that's what's happening here. We just don't know exactly how the number is. This is just telling us how the number is built. So imagine 60 divided by 6. Well, that's 6 times 10 divided by 6. and the 6's cancel out, and I get 10. So let's look. I'm going to factor the top here. So sum to 9, multiply to 8. This will be x plus 1, x plus 8, divide by x plus 8. These x plus 8's are going to cancel, so I'm just left with x plus 1. So sometimes it turns out nice and easy like this, and we can handle that as long as we remember how to factor, and factoring can sometimes be difficult, but it's not too hard to get back into the groove. But this isn't what we're talking about, because that's too easy, right, just to factor. And so we're going to talk about when this isn't factorable. Basically, just like 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, we're going to find out how polynomials divide when they're not factorable. So let's take a look. First, I'm actually going to show you with factorable polynomials because it's really easy, and then we'll move on to ones that aren't. So let me see. X squared minus x minus 3. So this is what we're talking about. And we're going to use a long division framework to execute this. It's going to seem really difficult at first, but I promise it's really not that bad. So the idea here is, what do I want to say? So let me at least label this first. So the way we do this is the numerator, this is the denominator, and our answer will go here. So let me actually copy this. And we're going to talk about how we get our answer. So our answer is going to go here. We need to find out what numbers to put here. And so I'm going to look at the closest thing to the left that I have, which is x squared. I want to put something here such that when I multiply it to x minus 3, I get x squared. I'm not going to worry about this minus 3 right now. But what times x equals x squared? Well, wouldn't it just be x? So I'm going to multiply x times x minus 3, so I get x squared, and then x times negative 3 is minus 3x. Any questions with how I just got that? Are we all on board right now? So basically, I want to match this leading term. So what times x equals x squared? Well, it's x. And then the idea is that I'm going to subtract this off. And put parentheses here because this subtraction actually distributes. So this would be minus x squared, actually plus 3. Because that's negative, negative, right? So let's not forget that that's a plus. Now look, x squared minus x squared is 0x squared. I'm not even going to write it. Well, I guess I'll write it this time. And then negative x plus 3x is plus 2x. And you bring the next term down. The idea here is we want this to happen. This has to be a 0 or we did it wrong. Now we just go to the next term, which is 2x. So what times x equals 2x? Well, it must be 2. 2 times x equals 2x. So 2 times x equals 2x, I already wrote it. And then 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And I'm going to subtract this off. So that would be plus 6, wouldn't it? Negative, negative 6. So those cancel out and those cancel out. So this becomes 0, just like it needs to, plus 0. So since this is 0, I'm done. So the answer here is x plus 2. Any questions with this? Let me actually do another one, I think, unless y'all feel really comfortable with how this looks. Does this seem pretty difficult, or would you like to do a practice? Alright, sounds good to me. X plus 1. So I'll even help you start it off. So the top of the fraction goes under x squared plus 11x plus 10, and the bottom of the fraction goes to the left side. And I like to put parentheses here so I can remember that I'm actually distributing. And the goal as we go forward is I want to match whatever the leftmost thing here is. So whatever I'm multiplying to x, I need to get x squared. And so this is a question mark here. And don't forget that the 1 is carried along through distribution. And then here's the first problem we did as an example that you can follow. Are y'all still working? Alright, let's take a look. So, we were talking about what times x equals x squared. I'll write my answer here in pink. So it has to be x times x equals x squared. So x times x is x squared. I already have it right there. And then x times 1 is plus 1x. And remember, you're always subtracting this off. X squared minus x squared is 0, just like we need. If that's not 0, you messed up. Then you have 11 minus 1x, you get 10x. Bring the next guy down. And then now we're looking at, this is our leftmost term, we want 10x. So what times x equals 10x? Must be 10. So 10 times x is 10x, and 10 times 1 is 10. So we're subtracting this off. 10x minus 10x is 0, just like we need, and then 10 minus 10 is 0. So we're done. Here's our answer, x plus 10. Any questions regarding this problem? Please tell me specifically if you have no questions. Anybody else? Can you let me know how y'all all feel about this, please? Hard? Easy? Don't like it? It's hard? Yeah, I don't like it either, honestly. My question is, would you like to see another practice just like this, or do you want to keep going? Also, thank you for answering my question. Since we aren't in person, I can't gauge, how nervous y'all are, or if you're lost. You have to let me know if we're going too fast or anything like that. And if you don't say anything, I'm going to assume everything's well. So I guess let's continue. Alright, so 2x squared minus x minus 10. Divide by, I'm just going to go ahead and write it this way, x plus 2. This correlates to notice earlier this was x out front. Now it's 2x. Nothing's different. So, I mean, it's different, but it operates the same way. So the question is, what times x equals 2x squared? Well, if I want x squared, I'll need another x. And if I want to get a 2 in there, I need a 2. 2x times x is 2x squared. And then 2x times 2 is plus 4x. And we're subtracting this off. So here I get 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0, just like I need. Negative x minus 4x is negative 5x. And this is what I need. Something times x equals negative 5x. Well, the x is already there, so I don't need anything else. And then I need something times 1 to get negative 5, so I get minus 5. So negative 5 times x is negative 5x, just like I need. Bring down the 10. Then negative 5 times 2 is negative 10 as well, and I'm subtracting this off. Negative 5x plus 5x is 0, just like we need, and negative 10 plus 10 is 0, and so we're done. Here's the answer. Works just the same way. Let's try another practice. 6x squared plus 11x minus 2. X plus 2. Give this a try, y'all. If you're still working, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll go into the solution. Give you about 5 or 10 seconds to speak up. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate it. Cool. Let's go ahead and do this. So, we want... I guess I'll just do it here. That's fine. That is illegible. So we have 6x squared plus 11x minus 2 divided by x plus 2. So let's have our solution in green. So we need something times x to be 6x squared. So this is 6x times x, we get 6x squared. 6x times 2, I get 12x. Subtracting this off. 6x squared minus 6x squared, I get 0, just like I need to. Now 11x minus 12x, I get negative x. And that's what I'm looking at now. What times x gives negative x? It's negative 1. Negative 1 times x, I get negative x. Bring down the negative 2. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And I am subtracting these off. Negative x plus x is 0. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And there's my end of problem. So the answer is 6x minus 1. Are we feeling a little better, or is it still really difficult? Feeling better. I'm glad to hear that. So, let's look at another one. Six x squared minus 19x plus 12. Divide by 3x minus 5. Notice this is different now too. Earlier this was just x, but that's fine. It still works the same way as well. So let me write this as proper division. 6x squared minus 19x plus 12 divide by 3x minus 5. And I will use, I was going to use yellow, but that would be difficult. Let's use this salmon color. So I'm looking at 6x squared. Something times 3x gives me 6x squared. Well, let me look at the 3 first. To get 3 to 6, I need a 2. And to get x to x squared, I just need an x. So 2x times 3x is 6x squared. And 2x times negative 5 is minus 10x. Subtracting this off. So these 6x squared minus 6x squared is 0. That's good. Negative 19x plus 10x is plus 29x. Is that correct? It can't be right. Oh, that's negative 9. Negative 9. Negative 9. Negative 9x. Bring the 12 down. So I'm looking at negative 9x. What times 3x equals negative 9x? Well, the x is already there. I just need negative 3. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9x. Negative 3 times negative 5 is plus 15. So here I get, I'm subtracting this off, negative 9x plus 9x is 0, and then 12 minus 15 is negative 3. Well, earlier this was 0 as well, before, but now it's not. So, do I keep going? Well, the question here is, can I multiply something by 3x to get negative 3? I would have to take away an x somehow, right? So that doesn't really make sense. I'm actually done here. Once this becomes lesser than the x, so notice it's x squared then x, so we keep going, but now it's no more x's, so we're done with the x's, so we're done. So this is actually our remainder now. In the past we've had remainder 0, but now we have remainder -3. And the way we will answer this is 2x minus 3, and this is actually a pretty poor example. I'm going to color code these 3's. Well, I guess I'll keep that color. And I'll color code the other one. The remainder is -3 in purple. So the answer is 2x minus 3. This is the orange 3. Plus, I take my remainder. This is the purple 3. Divide by this guy, 3x minus 5. And I'm going to talk about really how this works. So, what's 11 divided by 3? Well, 3 goes into 11. 3 times would make 9. So this would be 3 2/3, right? Notice the remainder is expressed as the remainder divided by the bottom of the fraction. So our remainder was -3, so we say -3 divided by the bottom of the fraction. Any questions here? So now really the only thing that's different now is that we have a remainder, and this is how we deal with it. You take the number you got, so that would be -3. Notice it's a different -3 than this one, and then you divide by the denominator from the beginning. I'll give you guys a practice problem here. I don't have a lot of room. So let's see. I'll write here in red. We have, where'd it go? 6x squared minus 7x plus 8. Divide by 2x minus 1. Give this a try. give you guys about a minute longer. Please let me know if you need more time. Alright, let's take a gander. So I get 6x squared minus 7x plus 8 divide by 2x minus 1. I'm looking at 6x squared. What times 2x makes 6x squared? Well, I need a 3. 3 times 2 makes 6. And then x. X times x makes x squared. So here I get 6x squared. 3x times negative 1 is minus 3x. Subtracting this off. 6x squared minus 6x squared is 0. Negative 7x plus 3x is negative 4x. Bring the 8 down. Plus 8. Now I'm looking at negative 4x. What times 2x makes negative 4x? Well, this is negative 2. Times 2x is negative 4x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. So the 4x's go away, and then I have 8 minus 2 is 6, and this is my remainder. So I'll take it up here. 3x minus 2 plus 6, that's my remainder, so it's 6 divided by 2x minus 1. And here's my answer. Any questions here? Alright, let's take like a 1-minute break, and then we'll finish out the lesson. One or 2 minute break. How do you get the minus 2? So that's when you're looking at negative 4x. That's what you want to get, is negative 4x. So what times 2x makes negative 4x? Well, the x is already there, so we don't need any more x's. And then a 2. So what times 2 gives you negative 4? Well, it's negative 2. Does that make sense? Negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. These always need to be the exact same thing. Did that answer your question? Cool. Or if you really like, if it's like a strange number or anything, so remember we were looking at negative 4x. So the question is, what times 2x equals negative 4x? You can write this out as division. So whatever this is, question mark equals negative 4x divided by 2x. The x's go away, and then negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. That's where this negative 2 came from. And you can also use your calculator, of course. Alright, let's get back into the game. So, we have 3x to the 4th power oh, not this, 7x cubed, actually. Sorry about that. 7x cubed plus 16x squared plus 2x minus 1. Notice this is different. Earlier it just went to x squared, but this isn't bad, I promise. Divide by x plus 4. So let me write it properly. 7x cubed plus 16x squared plus 2x minus 1 divide by x plus 4. So looking at 7x cubed, what times x makes 7x cubed? Well, I need a 7, and there's one x, so I need to add 2 x's, 7x squared. 7x squared times x is 7x cubed. 7x squared times 4 is plus 28x squared. Subtract these off. 7x cubed minus 7x cubed is 0. 16x squared minus 28x squared is negative 12x squared. Bring down the 2x. Now we're looking at negative 12x squared. What times x makes negative 12x squared? Well, I need a negative 12 to get the negative 12. And then I'm just missing one x. Negative 12x times x makes negative 12x squared. And then negative 12x times 4 is negative 48x. Subtracting this off, so I get 0 just like I need to, and then 2 minus negative 48x, I get plus 50x. Earlier I would have been done, but still I can go, right? Because something times x, I can get to 50x, so that's fine. And besides, I have more left here. That's really the reason we keep going. Negative 1. You keep going until you've brought everything down, basically. Well, not basically. It's a fact. You keep going until you've brought everything down. So what times x makes 50x? It's just 50. 50 times x is 50x. And then 50 times 4 is 200. Subtract this off. So this becomes negative 201. And that's my remainder. So I get minus 201 divided by x plus 4. Any questions here, or do we feel like we're pretty good with these now? Not too bad. Extremely difficult, extremely annoying, fun, hard. Do you feel like you know what you need to do though? You know the strategy? Kinda. Yeah, it just takes practice. And so while you're doing homework, I would refer back to these problems or the book section or anything like that. And also the video, of course. So we're going to go ahead and end this out. Let me write the homework in pink. What section was this? Long division. Where is it? $369. So your homework will be in the book, page 376, numbers 7, 8, 9, 10, so 7 through 10, 31 through 33. So here's the homework, and that'll be on the portal too. If you need any help, please let me know. Okay, thanks y'all, and have a great day.